With the First Descendants crossplay open beta going live tomorrow, I thought it would be a perfect time to make a video on everything you need to know before diving into the open beta. Now, if you haven't already, you guys can preload the open beta on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and on Steam. Now, remember, the open beta will be going from the 19th to the 26th of September. Now, you'll have a total of 11 standard characters and 2 ultimate characters to choose from. There'll be 3 fields you guys can actually explore, and I'll explain that in the video. 50 plus weapons, 300 plus module, and a ton of other things for you guys to do. Now, I already went ahead and preloaded my beta, so now I'm just waiting for it to start, which will start at midnight tonight Pacific time. Now, when you first start the game, you have to remember you'll have 3 descendants you can choose from: Lepic, Viesa, and Ajax. And here's what's cool about each one of them. Did you know that Ajax in the First Descendants is a pure powerhouse tank? He has some of the coolest skills that you'll want on your team if you're trying to tank enemies. He has a barrier that will protect you and your teammates from incoming damage. That's going to allow you guys to take out these without receiving too much damage. He has a void walk talent that reminds me a lot of the Hulk smash. It will stun all enemies when you hit the ground. He has an expulsion talent that knocks enemies back and deals damage. And one of his most powerful talents is called the hypercube that protects you, your teammates, and giving you guys additional attack damage when you guys are inside it. This is definitely one of his best and most powerful skills yet. Are you looking for a Descendant that controls the battlefield with her Frost abilities? Then Viesa is the Descendant for you. Her first skill is Frost Shard, which shoots out a shard of frost at the enemy, dealing damage. Her second skill creates ice sheets everywhere she runs, slowing down the enemy and freezing them almost in place. Her third skill, Cold Snap, sends a wave of frost at the enemy. Her fourth skill is probably the most impressive, Blizzard, just causing an area effect damage and freezing enemies who get caught in the storm. If you're looking for a character in First Descendants that's known to be a demolitionist expert, well, Lepic is your guy. This dude loves to blow up his enemy and leave nothing remaining. His first skill is a grenade that blows up on impact. His second skill is Traction Grenade that sucks enemies towards it within a 9-meter radius. His third skill is Overkill, which shoots bombs of energy at the enemy. And his fourth skill, Overcharge, just improves the skill modifier on all of your skills and also inflicting burn damage on the enemies. So I hope that helps you decide on who your First Descendant will be. But like I said, once you arrive to the central hub, you'll be able to select another Descendant, and let's get into that. So the central hub is a city called Albion, and this is where you'll see other players. This is where you'll have your storage box. This is where you'll have your mailbox, where some items and rewards will be sent to you. This is where you'll be able to level up your mastery rank. You'll also be able to unlock other Descendants here and start the research quest. And in the open beta, this is where you'll be able to unlock those characters early on in the game. Now, you did hear me mention mastery rank, and this is something that you're going to want to level up as you progress through the open beta. It's going to unlock different things for you. You can see I am currently at rank level 3. Now, to get XP for this, you have to complete missions, and then you'll start working towards your mastery rank. But each time you level up, you'll get extra storage slot, equipment inventory, Descendant modules, weapon module slots. So it's something that you definitely need to do to make your character become more powerful. Now, as I mentioned, there are a total of 11 characters you can play, plus 2 ultimate characters. And how do you unlock these early on in the game? Well, let me show you. So in the central hub, you need to find Anais, and she's going to allow you to awaken those Descendants very early on. Now, typically you need to do the research request to unlock them to find the materials. But once you find her, you'll notice that she will have a tab that says Event, Descent Material Shop, and that's where you can buy the materials to unlock those Descendants. So if you're looking at unlocking any of the other Descendants early on and want to try them out for the open beta, that is how you guys will do it for this playtest. Now, there is a vendor at the central hub where you'll be able to buy equipment and sell some extra equipment that you have. You'll notice in the game, you'll end up getting lots of loot as you continue to play, and some of the loot you just won't want to keep. So being able to sell that will free up some of that inventory space that you may need later on. Now, remember, by completing missions, you'll get money, XP, mastery rank, and also there are rewards for each mission you complete. Now, don't be surprised if you see random players in your play session, because this is a MMO experience. Yes, random players can join your mission and help you out, and you can do the same. So it's actually a pretty cool experience. Now for the open beta, we'll only have access to 3 areas, which is Kingston, the Sterile Land, and Vespers. Now as you can see, there are a lot of other areas, so the map does get a lot bigger, and we'll also have access to the Void Intercept battles on normal and on hard. Now you heard me mention Void Intercept battles, and I mentioned it in my previous videos. Well, these are like mini raid bosses. You typically do these in a group of 4. When you matchmake, it will pair you up with 3 other players. Now during my playtest, it didn't actually add anybody, but again, this is meant to be played with 3 players because there are different mechanics, and as you go to the higher level Void Intercept battles, it's going to get very hard. Now remember, for loot drops, weapons, modules, you'll be seeing standard, you'll be seeing rare, you'll be seeing ultimate. Remember, ultimate weapons have a special talent, so be on the lookout for what that talent is. And it does say that there are transcendent weapons, which I didn't see during my playtest, but that is something to keep an eye out for. Now, where the customization and builds come from are your modules. Modules are going to make your character unique in their own playstyle to play your way. Each module has a different ability. Some improve your attack speed, but reduce your skill power. Some improve your skill power, but reduce your attack damage. You just have to play with them and see what kind of player you want to be in the First Descendant, and then go through those modules and slowly create your character. Now, don't forget about your weapons. Your weapons also have modules you're going to want to add on them because they're going to fit your play style. They're going to fit the character you're playing. So when creating a build, don't forget to mod your weapons so that way that build can be that much stronger. Now the builds don't start there because you also have your reactor and your external components, which some give you skill power, HP, armor defense. You're just gonna have to go through all of them and see which one fits the build you're trying to create. But all this is how you make builds in the First Descendant. But remember, no matter what Descendant you choose, you're going to need to modify them with modules to really maximize their power and make them the strongest Descendant that you can make. Again, you need to find what Descendant you want. You'll have 11 different ones to choose from in the open beta, and hopefully you can find a Descendant that fits your playstyle. Let me know if you plan on playing tomorrow. I will be live on twitch.tv/NothingButSkillz, and I'm going to be grinding. I'm going to be starting over just like you guys, trying to find out what Descendant is my favorite. If you guys want to see more in-depth reviews of each Descendant, definitely check out my First Descendants playlist, which I've covered quite a few already. But I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. I preloaded the First Descendants and I am just waiting for tomorrow to come. Hopefully I see you guys on the battlefield. Until then, NothingButSkillz out.